guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rose Wright, and I make episode tutorials. I also make anti-MLM content, and I've been trying to dip my feet into some other type of content. Make sure you subscribe for more, and make sure you like this video. If you have any questions in regards to MLMs or episode tutorials, leave them down below. I respond pretty fast. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about all about the zoom commands and the camera. And when I'm referring to the camera, I'm talking about the actual directing that's going on. Things like pan, cut, and the follow command. Even playing with zooms. This action, or these list of actions, can help make your characters come to life. Make the scenes come to life. Get your readers interested instead of doing basic directing. Now, there's nothing wrong with basic directing, but to get your readers intrigued with the motions of what's going on, advanced directing is the way to go. And getting used to playing with zooms, cuts, and pans will do just that for you. And I'm here to show you. So first things first, I'm going to show you what the pan command is. So we're going to put @pan to zone 3 and 5. So the pan command basically slowly moves the camera from one place to another, depending on the duration. Now I can put in 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 8 seconds, however many seconds you want for it to take to one zone to the other. Okay? That's usually, it slowly moves the camera from one place to another. That's what it does. Okay? That's pretty easy. This is good for if you want someone, like, let's say you're doing like a hotel scene or something. You want someone to see what their room looked like. This is a good one to use. All right, you see how it slowly moves the camera from one zone to the next zone. Okay, that's what panning does. And it's good for an array of different things. Like I said, the hotel scene, or if you want someone to see their room, see the neighborhood they're in, whatever you want to use, school, pool, whatever. If you want them to just check out the background before you get started in your dialogue, pan is a great way to do that. Or if you want them to find characters, or if you started in one place but your character is in the other, pan is a great way to, a great command to use for that. Now it's important to know when using pan how many zones you have, because you can't say pan to zone 3 and you don't have a zone 3 or a zone 2, right? So it's important to know what zone or zones you have, okay? So I'm just using ones from the art catalog. So this would be about 3 zones, okay? Think about slicing a cake. Can you slice it in 3, basically? 3 equal parts, okay? That's how I think of it. This will be 1 zone. This will be 3 zones. And I would say something more square like this would be 2 zones, okay? So I consider squares 2 zones. Ones that's strictly up and down like a rectangle, that's about 1 zone, and something like like this here would be 3 zones. So just keep that in mind if you're not sure how many zones you may have. So the pan command was pretty easy, right? All you got to do is put @pan. The next thing I want to show you guys is the cut command. @cut to zone 3. So the cut command is basically immediately going to one zone to the other. So let's say you don't want to waste your time using the pan command. You don't really, maybe they've seen this background a million times. You don't want them to have to see it again. You can use the cut command, okay? Or however you want to use it, right? The cut command get from one zone to the other immediately, right? There's no panning. It gets there immediately. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. You see? It just went there automatically, okay? That's just what the cut command does. Now let's talk about another one. So when I'm referring to the camera, I'm talking about this, what we can see. We call this the camera. It's not something you can actually see, but everything we see right here in this box is, we consider that what we view is the camera. Okay? And so we can play with the camera, right? And then another thing that we can do is use the follow command. Now you can put @follow. Make sure you capitalize that character's name, Rose, to screen center in zone 3. Okay? That's how you can use that follow command. It's fairly easy, fairly good. But I'm just going to show you. You see how it follows her? Really easy to use. Okay. Now, when you're using spot directing, however, it's not very, it's not as easy. Okay. When you're using spot directing, when you're using the follow command. So from my experience, it will not let you, when you're using spot directing, it won't allow you to use a follow command. You can either use the pan command or you can use advanced directing with zooms. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's say that like you'll use pan the same way you've done. You'll just be using it different with spot directing. So I'm going to show you. So first I'm going to get right back here so I can use some spot directing with my character. So I can show you what I mean. So I have my character here and I'm going to do some spot directing. Okay, so I spot directed my character. And so when I'm talking about pan, you can do this. And I'm going to show you from the beginning. And you can see that the camera is now moving with the character. Okay, using the panning method. Okay, fairly easy. And I put that in 5 seconds. Now, the one thing that you want to do is use this and symbol here, right? This lets episode know, and it will turn blue. That's how you know you're using it, right? At least in my experience. This lets episode know that you want all of this to be happening at the same time, right? You want you want the camera to pan, and you want Rose to walk at the same exact time. Okay, that's what that means. So that's what I would use if I'm spot directing. Now here's another thing you can use, especially if you want to get up close and comfy. Use the zoom commands, and I'm going to show you what I mean in just a second. So the first thing, and I've showed this in previous videos of mine, you want to click on show helpers. Did I say Oprah's? Oh my God. Cannot speak English today. I'm so sorry. So show helpers, and then you click on camera. Okay. So reset means you want it to reset. Focus, and then we have zoom. I want to play with the zoom command. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is zoom. Okay. And so let's zoom. We can zoom all the way in her face. Maybe you want to follow her up close, right? Obviously do what makes you feel good in your story, right? You can do that, or you can zoom in closer, you can zoom out more, whatever makes sense for your story. So for this particular one, I'm just going to try to line her up. That's good. Okay. And then that zoom works for me. What I'm going to do is paste that zoom code there. I'm just going to erase the zoom reset. I use zoom reset a lot when I'm starting new scenes, because sometimes with episode, when I'm starting a new background or a new chapter or whatever, I put zoom reset because sometimes the zooms that I used previously won't go away unless I put the zoom reset. So that's why I put that there. Okay, so now that we have that, I want her to go, let's see, I'm going to do the camera. I'm going to reset the camera. And let's say I want her to move here and I want the camera to follow her up close. So I'm going to do is spot direct her all the way, let's put right here. That way I can still see her. And I'm going to put this new code here. All right. And then I'm going to zoom in again. Now there's a multitude of ways to do this. You could just move her and then move the zoom later. I've seen it happen different ways. But you do what makes sense for you, right? Okay. So just going to zoom in some more. Oh, this is too close. Let's zoom out just a tad bit. Okay, I think that will work. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So it may be off, it may be not. You can be more precise. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to do this, okay? So then I'm going to paste this code, okay? And so obviously I want her to walk to her new spot. So I'm going to put at Rose walks to spot, whatever the code is. And I'm going to put in, let's do 6 seconds, I'm going to put 6.1 for funsies. And then for this, I'm going to put in 6 seconds. So then I'm going to use this and symbol again. And what that tells episode is I want all of this to be happening at the same time. I want the zoom to be happening at the same time, and I want her walking at the same time. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to click preview, and let's see. Okay, you see how that camera's now following her, and she's walking. You see how that's happening at the same time? That's this code here. Okay, I hope that made sense. So all you're really doing is when you want it up close like this, play with the zooms, and the zoom will follow as long as you put the and symbol right there. Like I said, you know you did it right once your code turns a little blue right here. Okay, and that's how I did it. Make sure I put a timer here. Like I said, it's your story. Do what you want, however you want to. This is just what I choose. So remember the panning command. I will put them here again in case you forgot. So at pan to zone 3, that's how you would use the pan command. If you wanted to put a time, you could put N5 at cut to zone 3, which means that you want it to go there immediately. You don't want it to go slowly to zone 3. You want it to get there immediately, right? And then the at follow rows command, or not rows, but at follow, whatever the name of your character is, you can use that command as well. The follow command only works though if you're using the basic directions like screen center, up screen, upper screen, right, all that other stuff, right, left, all that stuff. That's the only way it would work. If you're using spot directing, you can either use the pan command or use the zooming like I taught you right here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you understand. Like I said, these right here is pretty easy. It only gets slightly tricky once you start playing with the zooms and the and symbol. That's when it starts to get a little confusing, but that's the way it, like I said, using these commands or using these techniques will definitely make your story more advanced, and I think your readers will love the advanced directing as well. But I do want to preface this by saying that if you put a at symbol here, like I'll show you what this looked like, just so you can see. If you may be wondering, why do we have to put that and symbol there? I'm going to show you what it looks like if we didn't put the and symbol there and we just left it with the at sign. So you see the zooming is going before rows. It looks, I mean, if you want that, that's fine. You know, no hate here. But the zooming is going before rows. Okay? I don't want that, right? By putting the and symbol, it lets episode know I want these things happening at the same time. Okay? That's what the and symbol does. I hope that makes sense. All right. So I hope you guys learned something from this. I know this is a little shorter of a video, but I really did want to talk about camera because I did get a couple questions in my DMs about it. Because I know it can be confusing. Some people don't even know how to use it. But I hope this made sense for you. Please leave any more episode question or MLM questions down in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys watching. It means the world to me. And I love you guys. You guys have a great day or night or whatever. I'll see you guys in the next